Hello, friends. Haven't been on in quite a while. Finally got to go on vacation. It's been 5 years since my last real vacation. So, we've been a bit busy. We went to Virginia for a week, and that was very fun. Now I'm back to share again. It's fall, so I thought I'd share some books that I thought were fall. Today I'm going to read one of my favorites called Blueberries for Sal. And this is by a guy named Robert McCloskey. He's written several other books. This one I didn't know about until probably about the last 12, 20 years or so. Make Way for Ducklings. I can read that one too. But there's another one that I read when I was younger called One Morning in Maine. And he used the same kind of facial structure for this little girl. This book can also come in, up and down books. It's a picture Puffin's book. But I always loved this book. We had it at home. This is my version. I found this one. And I loved the story. And I always enjoyed it. I believe he also did the pictures. Because it doesn't say that whoever else did it. But this is a picture of an old style kitchen. There's Sal. This is old style because she's got rubber rings. They used to have these old style jars that kind of you had to pull the wire up and then pull it down and get the glass lid off. And you sealed them by putting these rubber rings between them. So these jars are already ready. And this is Sal and the story. But so, Blueberries for Sal by Robert McCloskey. There's a picture of a little girl. You can tell this is going to be about picking blueberries. One day, little Sal went with her mother to Blueberry Hill to pick blueberries. Little Sal brought along her small tin pail, and her mother brought her large tin pail to put berries in. "We will take our berries home and can them," said her mother. "Then we will have food for the winter." Probably in the days before there was a Walmart. So if you wanted to have some specific food, you had to can it, preserve it in some way. Little Sal picked 3 berries and dropped them in her little tin pail. Kaplink, kaplank, kaplunk. She's a cute little girl with short hair, in overalls. She picked 3 more berries and ate them. Then she picked more berries and dropped one in the pail. Kaplunk. And the rest she ate. Then little Sal ate all 4 blueberries out of her pail. She got one left, and then she eats it. Her mother walked slowly through the bushes, picking blueberries as she went, and putting them in her pail. Little Sal struggled along behind, picking blueberries and eating every single one. There she is. There's her mother. Picking on the hill. Little Sal hurried ahead and dropped a blueberry in her mother's pail. It didn't sound kaplink, because the bottom of the pail was already covered with berries. She reached down inside to get her berry back. Though she really didn't mean to, she pulled out a large handful because there were so many blueberries right up close to the ones she had put in. Her mother stopped picking and said, "Now, Sal, you run along and pick your own berries. Mother wants to take her berries home and can them for the next winter." Mama wants canned blueberries. Her mother went back to her picking, but little Sal, because her feet were tired of standing and walking, sat down in the middle of a large clump of bushes and ate blueberries. There's her mother away off picking, and little Sal's eating her berries. These are probably some big blueberries. On the other side of Blueberry Hill, Little Bear came with his mother to eat blueberries. "Little Bear," she said, "eat lots of berries and grow big and fat. We must store up food for the long, cold winter." Because, bears hibernate. There's Mama Bear. And and Baby Bear. Little Bear followed behind his mother as she walked slowly through the bushes eating berries. Little Bear stopped now and then to eat berries. Look at that tongue. There's his mother. Then he had to hustle along to catch up. Uh-oh, where does Mama go? Because his feet were tired of hustling, he picked out a large clump of bushes and sat right down in the middle and ate blueberries. Look at that big old mouthful of blueberries he's got. Over on the other side of the hill, little Sal ate all the berries she could reach from where she was sitting. Then she started out to find her mother. Look at all that wilderness. And there's little Sal. She heard a noise from around a rock and thought, that is my mother walking along. See, it's nothing but wilderness there. It's a rock and Sal thinks she hears her mother. But it was a mother crow and her children, and they stopped eating berries and flew away saying, caw, caw, caw. Then she heard another noise in the bushes and thought, that is surely my mother, and I will go that way. There's the big old rock, Sal, and the crow. But it was Little Bear's mother instead. She was tramping along, eating berries and thinking about storing up food for the winter. Little Sal tramped right along behind. See, when you're a little kid, you have no fear of big animals. That's Mama Bear and Little Sal. By this time, Little Bear had eaten all the berries he could reach without moving from his clump of bushes. Then he hustled off to catch up with his mother. He hunted and hunted, but his mother was nowhere to be seen. He heard a noise from over a stump and thought, that is my mother walking along. See, it's nothing but wilderness there. And there's Little Bear. There's a stump. You think his mother's behind that stump? But it was a mother partridge and her children. They stopped eating berries and hurried away. Then he heard a noise in the bushes and thought, that is surely my mother. I will hustle that way. Look who's king of the stump. It's a mother partridge and her children. But it was Little Sal's mother instead. She was walking along, picking berries and thinking about canning them for next winter. Little Bear hustled right along behind. Isn't he cute, the way he's sitting? See, there's nothing but wilderness there. Blueberry bushes and some pine trees. Little Bear and Little Sal's mother and Little Sal and Little Bear's mother were all mixed up with each other among the blueberries on Blueberry Hill. Now this is the big picture. That's quite a ways. So you've got Little Bear and Little Sal's mother. And on the other side, you've got Mama Bear and Little Sal. What do you think is going to happen? Little Bear's mother heard Sal walking along behind and thought it was Little Bear, and she said, Little Bear, munch, munch, eat all you, gulp, can possibly hold, swallow. Little Sal said nothing. She picked 3 berries and dropped them ka-plink, ka-plank, ka-plunk in her small tin pail. Here she is walking along. There's Mama Bear. Eating along. Do you think she's about to find out? Little Bear's mother turned around to see what on earth could make a noise like ka-plunk. Gulp! She cried, choking on a mouthful of berries. This is not my child. Where is Little Bear? She took one good look and backed away. She was old enough to be shy of people. even a very small person like little Sal. Then she turned around and walked off very fast to hunt for little Bear. Bears know that little humans, there's big humans somewhere, and big humans have guns and bows and arrows. And so she knew she better get away. Little Sal looking right at Mama Bear. Look at that surprised look on her face. Little Sal's mother heard Little Bear tramping along behind and thought it was Little Sal. She kept right on picking and thinking about canning blueberries for next winter. I got some blueberries and I did not can them. I made them into blueberry jam. There's Little Bear. He's sneaking up through the bushes. Trying to see what you can see. There's Mama picking her blueberries. Little Bear padded up and peeked into her pail. Of course, he only wanted to taste a few of what was inside, but there were so many, and they were so close together that he tasted a tremendous mouthful by mistake. Now, Sal, said Little Sal's mother without turning around, you run along and pick your own berries. Mother wants to can these for next winter. Little Bear tasted another tremendous mouthful and almost spilled the entire pail of blueberries. Look at him just helping himself. And Mama is not paying any attention. Little Sal's mother turned around and gasped, My goodness, you are not Little Sal. Where is my child? Little Bear just sat munching and swallowing and licking his lips. Blueberries. Little Sal's mother slowly backed away. She was old enough to be shy of bears, even very small bears like Little Bear. Then she turned and walked away quickly to look for Little Sal. If you've ever heard of the phrase Mama Bear, then see, there he is licking his lips. Look, he's got some blueberry juice or saliva coming around. Look at the look on her mama's face. She knows that if little baby bear cries out for Mama Bear will come and Little Sal's mother will be in big trouble. She hadn't gone very far when she heard a kaplink, kaplank, kaplunk. She knew just what made that kind of noise. She is coming around a rock, and what's on the other side? There's Sal, dropping blueberries into her little pail. Tired out again. Little Bear's mother had not hunted very long before she heard a hustling sound that stopped now and then to munch and swallow. She knew just what made that kind of noise. There's Mama Bear, and there's little baby bear. Little Bear and his mother went home down one side of Blueberry Hill, eating blueberries all the way, full of food stored up for next winter. And Little Sal and her mother went down the other side of Blueberry Hill, picking berries all the way, and drove home with food to can for next winter. A whole pail of blueberries, and 3 more besides. And there's Little Bear and his mother going down one side. And there's Little Sal with her 3 blueberries and Mother's pail. And there's their car. It's old style. And there's your picture again. She's got all her sugar. Her cabinet's open. There's a couple pots on her stove. And there's Sal helping out. There's Mama's blueberries. She's got 3 jars filled up. She's working on a 4th. What a time they had. So, he's written more books than just the Make Way for Ducklings and Blueberries for Sal. He's also written Lentil, One Morning in Maine, I was telling you about, Time of Wonder, and Bert Dow, Deep Water Man. So he's illustrated a couple more, Journey Cake Ho, and The Man Who Lost His Head. He's only illustrated those. So he's written several books and illustrated some of them. But he's illustrated just 2 that he didn't write. So there's your Blueberries for Sal. This was always one of my favorite books when I was growing up. I hope you enjoyed it as well. I'll see you next time. Maybe we'll read Make Way for Ducklings. We'll have to see. Bye.